to Shaker Library's murder mystery. Now we move on to interrogate our next suspect. Let's see. Looks like you chose Francine Earthby.
Well, on to it then. Let's see if we can get her to release some secrets.
Hello, Francine. Thanks for meeting with us. We've got a few questions.
Of course. I'll help whatever way I can.
Great.
So, what can you tell us about what happened that night?
Well, I didn't work with Olivia too closely that night.
Yes, of course. But can you tell us about what you remember from that night? Who you saw, people you interacted with, what you saw your coworkers doing?
Well, my coworkers always seem like they're working, but really, I'm the one who's really picking up the slack. Oh, like Mary, she was supposed to help me with her story time, and then she just went off to go help with Olivia in the grab-and-go bags. I guess some people's time management it just isn't as good as others.
What did you end up doing during that time?
Oh, I still worked on the story time. I wrote a script for it, and I turned it into my boss for final approval before Mary came back.
Before Mary came back? And when would that be?
I really wasn't paying a lot of attention. She kind of wandered in and out of the room a few times that night.
I see. When do you remember seeing Olivia?
Let's see. I saw her when we first clocked in, earlier that day in the children's room, and then later that night when I had to ask she and Mary if they wanted any coffee.
Did you guys talk about anything while working in the children's room?
Well, of course. That woman loves to talk.
Well?
Oh, we talked about her vacation plans. She was so excited. And we chatted a bit about possible titles to use for my story time.
You mean yours and Mary's story program?
Yeah, that one.
And then?
We helped some customers, and then she went to work in the workroom. I thought Mary would come down to talk about the story time, but instead she went to help Olivia.
Did you ever ask her why?
Not yet. We've been a little preoccupied with the whole thing.
What can you tell me about these?
Oh, what about them?
Are any of these yours, or have you seen them before?
Well, I saw that paper mess around Mary and Olivia. They were making picture collage kits.
Anything else you noticed?
Oh, those are some picture book titles. That's mine.
How did it end up in the office?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it fell out of my pocket when I went to ask them about coffee?
And the spilled coffee?
I only got some for myself and Mariah. I ran across Mariah in the hall and gave her hers, and then I went straight back to the children's room.
And how did this coffee get here?
I don't know. How would I know? Do you want me to dig through my coat pockets and find my receipt that shows I only bought 2 coffees?
Calm down. We're just trying to figure out what happened here.
Yeah, I get that.
So, if the coffee didn't come from you, where did it come from?
I have no idea.
I see.
And what about this?
What about it?
Have you seen it before?
Of course I've seen it. Everyone's seen it.
Everyone's seen it covered in what looks to be blood?
Who knows?
Is this the first time you've seen it covered in blood?
Yes. First time.
Francine, is there anything you would like to tell us?
No.
Well, if anything comes to mind, you let us know.
Sure.
Well, that was certainly suspicious.
Could be, but we still don't have the whole story of what happened that night.
True.
Let's see if we can get a clearer picture of what's happened.
Right. Well, on to our next suspect then.
Now we have Francine's side of the story. Who shall we question next?
If you're enjoying experience the life of a detective in a visual way, read Nancy Drew graphic novel, The Disoriented Express. Nancy and her friends go on board a tech-advanced train, but things go haywire when the train system gets hijacked. Will Nancy figure out who is hijacking the train before disaster strikes? Check it out and find out.